Good morning, yogis. I'm Lika and we'll do a gentle practice today. Take your time and see if you can find either block. You can use a book or a very sturdy pillow, or maybe even a rolled blanket. So just go ahead and find a prop that you can use. And we'll start on the back in a supported bridge pose. So come into your back, lay on your back with the knees bent. Take the prop, again, either a book or a little pillow or a blanket, and place it underneath of your sacrum. So you're lifting your hips and placing that prop below the lower belly or below the lower back. Play with the position of that prop so it feels quite comfortable and supported. And allow yourself to land here. Rooting down through the feet. If you feel a little unsteady today or had a rush morning, see if you can lift your heels and then lift your toes. Kind of move around with your feet. And once you feel a little more connected, press 4 corners of your feet into the mat. You might place your hands on your lower belly or by your sides or over your head, whatever feels more comfortable for you. You might close your eyes, so keep your eyes gently open. Bring awareness to your breath. Feeling your breath moving in through the nostrils. Feeling your breath moving out through the nostrils. Getting a little heavier in your feet, in your pelvis, your torso, your head, the whole body. Let the prop that you use underneath of you hold you and support you. Find a little more depth with each in-breath and a little more length with each out-breath. Maybe finding a little longer space between each breath. Pausing at the top of the in-breath. Pausing at the bottom of your out-breath. Finding your rhythmic breath, your audible breath, the breath with a sound. Take a couple of more breaths here on your back, hips lifted with a prop underneath of your sacrum. Most of us have been sitting a lot, so today's practice will be focusing on the opening through the front of the pelvis, because we've been sitting a lot and doing this a lot, so we'll open through these parts of the body, but also we'll invite the side body stretch. From here, stretch your legs forward. If it feels sharp on your lower back, re-bend your knees, reposition your prop, play around with it, and try again. If it still feels sharp, consider keeping the knees bent instead. If it feels tender or achy, try to stay there. And notice the sensations in the front of your pelvis. Again, we've been sitting a lot, most of us, so that might feel extra delicious, or it might feel a little extra tender. Just allow yourself to be in that space. Take a deep breath in, maybe open your arms to make this posture a little more expansive, a little bigger. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Beautiful. Take your arms over your head, spread your toes. Exhale, bring your right knee to your chest. Flex your left foot. Reaching your left heel forward and down, keeping your left toes facing towards the sky. Nice activation through the front of your pelvis. So before we did kind of stretch, but here we're feeling a nice active sensation here. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Release your right foot down. Drop your right knee to your right. So you invite in a stretch on the front of your right side of your pelvis. Try to keep your legs heavy. If it bothers your lower back, you can always keep your right foot flat on the floor instead. If it feels okay, let your knee drop to the right. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. 2 more breaths. Keep your legs heavy, sacrum heavy. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Bring your right knee back to center and stretch your right leg forward. Inhale, take your arms over your head, full body stretch, wake up your body. Exhale, left knee to your chest. Bring your hands on your left near your shin. Flex your right foot and reach your right heel forward and down, creating tons of activation in the right hip flexor. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Release your left foot down to the floor. Inhale. And exhale, let your left knee drop to your left, coming into like a tree shape, but on a prop underneath of your sacrum. And again, it might feel like tons on the front of the pelvis or on your lower back. You can always bring your left knee back up, or you can stay here if that feels like you can breathe in this space. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Twice more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. When you're ready, inhale, lift your left knee up. Exhale, extend your left leg. Inhale, reach your arms over your head. Exhale, bend your knees, bring your feet down, arms by your sides. Inhale, lift the hips, stretch your arms over your head. Again, opening through the front of your pelvis. Exhale, land your sacrum on the prop. You can also move the prop to the side, arms by your sides. Twice more. Inhale, lift the hips, reach your arms back. Exhale, lower your hips on the prop or on the floor, right, arms by your sides. Last one. Inhale, hips high, lift your arms over your head. Exhale, hips down, arms by your sides. Let your feet come together, soles of your feet touch. Let your knees open to the sides. Notice an open sensation in the front of the pelvis. Again, we'll come back to that sensation, that feeling a lot throughout this practice today. You might stay here if you feel like you need a little more support. Feet can stay on the floor. Or you can gently rock side to side. Find your way back to stillness if you're moving. Take a deep breath and keep your knees super heavy. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Draw your knees back to center. Place your feet down. Lift the hips high enough to move the prop to the side out of your way and come onto your back. Stretch your arms over your head. Extend your legs. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, knees to your chest. Take your hands behind your thighs. Activate through your core and start rolling back and forth alongside of your spine. And come to your seated posture. Beautiful. So find a seated posture, and if you can, place your left foot in front of the right, or left foot on top of the right in your cross-leg position. If you need any props to support your body, do so. If you need to modify in any way, please do so. All the variations and modifications are welcome and celebrated. Beautiful. From that space, take a deep breath in. Exhale, walk your left fingers away from you to your left. I'm mirroring you. Drop your left elbow down towards the floor and lift your right arm over your head. You can keep your gaze down, you can bring your gaze forward, or you can bring your gaze up, whatever feels more comfortable for your neck. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, land your right hand in front of your left. Walk your hands to the right and forward, fold, let your head drop heavy. Releasing your shoulders away from your ears. Pressing your sits bones on the surface you seated on. Take 2 more breaths. 1 more. Walk your hands through center all the way to your right. Bend your right elbow deeply towards the ground and lift your left arm up. Playing with your gaze, bring your gaze down, or forward, or up. Lower your left hand down in front of the right and walk your hands to your left and forward again. Open it through the back body. Drawing your chin closer to your chest, softening your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Walk your hands back towards your body. Lift your heart. And exhale, open your left leg to your left. Keep your right foot in front of you. Again, if it doesn't work for you, you can sit on something, elevating the hips. You can also bring a block or a blanket under your right knee, or bring your legs closer towards each other. So you're coming into a half dragonfly here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, take your right arm over your head. You might bring your left arm in front of your right leg or in front of your left leg, your choice. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take 1 more breath. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, take your right hand behind you and a little to the right. You might stay with the hips down or lift the hips, stretch your left arm over your head. Find that openness through the front of your pelvis again. Take 1 more breath, lift a little higher. Exhale, hips back and down. Beautiful reposition so you feel quite grounded in your foundation, and walk your hands forward. Fold. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take 2 more breaths. Exhale. Take 1 more breath. Exhale. Walk your hands back towards your body. Lift your heart. Bend your left knee and take your left foot by your left hip. Again, I'm mirroring you. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, twist right. Left hand on your right knee, right finger is behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Stay here in upright position. If you want a little more on the front of your pelvis, but also in the front of your thigh and the hip, walk your hands back, coming onto one elbow both. Take a deep breath in, long breath out. Inhale, exhale. Take 1 more breath, exhale. With control, walk your hands back towards your body, lift through the heart, and slowly switch. So bring your ankles in front of you, right foot in front of your left, or right foot on top of the left. Or find any variations, but this time right foot comes either forward or on top. Sit up nice and tall, take a deep breath in. Exhale, start snuggling your right fingers away from your right hip to your right, taking your left arm over your head, playing with your gaze. Bring your gaze down, forward or up. Again, whatever feels more comfortable, more supported for your neck. Take 1 more breath. Exhale, land your left hand in front of the right. Walk your hands to your left and forward fold. Softening your shoulders, creating space in the back body, your lower back, your hips. Walk your hands to the left Left elbow bend towards the ground. Lift your right arm up. Play with your head and the neck. Beautiful. Bring your right hand in front of your left. Walk your hands to the center. Fold again. And walk your hands back, lift the chest. Extend your right leg to the right this time. Keep your left foot in front of your pelvis. Again, if you need to play with supporting yourself better, feel free to do so. It might feel quite intense. A lot of opening on the inside of the legs, the hips, the back body, strong core. Inhale here. Exhale, side body stretch. Take your left arm over to your right. You might rest your right hand in front of your left leg or in front of your right leg. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale, slowly release, come out. Left hand behind you. Lift the hips or keep your hips down. Lift your right arm over your head and to the right. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Take one more, hips higher. Exhale, bring your hips back and down. Bend your right knee. Place your right foot by your right hip. Sit up nice and tall. Lift your heart, lengthen. Exhale, twist left. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, stay or walk your hands back away from you. Coming on to one elbow, both. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Take a couple of more breaths here. Notice the sensation in the right quad, right hip, lower back. Take one more breath here. Beautiful. When you're ready, walk your hands back towards your body, lift through the heart, and open your legs wide. But again, it's just beginning of the practice, so you don't have to take your legs super wide, but just enough so you can feel the sensation, symmetrical sensation in your inner legs. We did asymmetrical postures to kind of warm up towards it. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Head drops heavy. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take 2 more breaths. 1 more. Walk your hands back towards your body. Lift for the heart. Take your hands under your knees. Use support of your hands to bend your knees. Bring your feet towards each other. Let your knees drop to the side. Find Baddha Konasana, playing with it, drawing your feet closer towards you or away from you. Holding on to your ankles or your toes, lift the heart, and exhale, fold. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take 1 more breath. Exhale. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, bring your hands to the outside of your knees and draw your knees towards each other. Place your feet hip distance apart or so. Place your hands behind you, so the wrists slightly behind your shoulders, and your fingers face in the same direction as your toes. So we did a lot of forward folding. Now we'll find a nice contour posture with either hips down, lift the chest, or open up through the front of your pelvis again. Find a reverse table. You can bring your gaze forward, you can bring your gaze up. Only if it feels okay on your neck, let your head drop heavy. Take a deep breath in, long breath out. Take 1 more breath. Exhale, lower your hips down to the mat. Either roll over your ankles or take your feet to the side. Find your child's pose. Hi, guys. You might take your knees wide. It should be pretty warm through the hips, the legs here. And bring your big toes touch, stretching your arms forward. Let your forehead rest on the floor, softening your shoulders. You might even bend the elbows a little more to the side to create more space. Take a deep breath in, long breath out. Again, in today's practice, we focus on opening through the side body and opening through the front of the pelvis to find the contra posture for all the sitting we've been doing. Walk both hands to your right. I'm not mirroring you anymore, so I'll do the same side as you do. Shift the hips back and to your left. Let your head drop heavy. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Walk your hands through the center all the way to your left. Right hand on your left. Shift the hips to the right and back. Let your head drop heavy. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Walk your hands through the center. Finding your tabletop when you're ready. Place your knees hip distance apart. Hands either under your shoulders or slightly in front of them. Sometimes it creates a little more space for the wrists. Spread your fingers wide. Extend your left leg to the left and plant your left foot down so your left toes facing forward. Keep your left foot in line with your hips and your right knee. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your tail, find your cow. Exhale, cat, round, shift the hips back. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, round again. Take one more. Inhale, open and up. Exhale and round. Coming back to neutral spine. Place your left hand under your nose. Right hand under your nose. Left arm extended to your left. And lift your left arm up to the sky. Find a gentle open twist here. And thread in the left arm underneath of your right armpit. You might bring the left side of your head down if that feels okay. You can also use some prop underneath of your head, maybe a block or a pillow, a blanket. Stretch your right fingers forward. Take a deep breath and press actively into your left foot. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Bring your right hand in front of your face. Slowly come up. Left arm reaches up. Open up. Go deeper a bit. Exhale, left hand down, left knee down. Tabletop. Beautiful. Switch sides. Stretch your right leg to the right. Plant your right foot down so your right toe is facing forward and you press in through the pinky side of your right foot. Inhale, cat and cow. Lift your heart, lift your tail. Exhale, round. Shift the hips a little back. Look at your navel. Gaze back. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your tail. Drop your belly down. Find in your cow tilt. Exhale, cat. Round. One more. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, round. Beautiful. Come back to neutral spine. Left hand under your nose or your face. Lift your right arm up and to your right. So you're coming into your open twist first. And then thread the needle going into your closed twist. Right arm under your left armpit. Bringing the right side of your head down. Floor, block, pillow. And stretch your left arm forward. A lot of oppositional force here. So you're drawing your right foot and your right hand away from each other. And you're drawing your left hand and your pelvis away from each other. So you get a super expansive and big to the side of the mat and also forward and back to the front and back of the mat. Take one more breath. When you're ready, left hand in front of your face. Slowly come up. Right arm reaches up. Exhale, right hand down, right knee down. Beautiful. From here, keep your hips high above your knees. Take your knees a little closer towards each other, maybe one or two fists apart. And walk your hands forward. Come into your puppy dog stretch, Anahatasana. Melt your heart down towards the mat. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Rest in your forehead or your chin down, or maybe on a block. Take one more breath. Exhale. Press your knees down, walk your hands back, tabletop. Curl your toes, find your first downward facing dog. Start moving and breathing any way you want. Pressing one, heel down, bending the opposite knee and switching. Maybe swaying your hips side to side. Maybe you're shaking your head, yes or no, to release tension in your neck. Find your way back to stillness. Drawing your heels towards the mat, lift the hips up and back and draw your chest back. Press into your palms. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, lift your heels. Keep your heels lifted. Shift the hips back and shift the heels back and down. Inhale, lift your heels. Shift the hips back, chest back, and exhale, lower your heels down. Inhale, lift your heels. And exhale, walk your feet to the front of your mat. Maybe you're standing on your tippy toes. Maybe your feet are all the way down. Once you come to the front of your mat, lower your heels down and fold. I recommend to take the feet hip distance apart. If you want to keep your feet together, you're welcome to do so. Find a ragdoll, hold on to the opposite elbows and let your head drop heavy. You might sway side to side or bounce. Releasing your ragdoll, reaching your hands down or onto your shins, halfway lift, lengthen, back of your neck stays long. Exhale, bend your knees, fold deeper. Press your feet down, rise to stand, take your arms over your head, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. Press your feet down, take your right hand against your right leg, lift your left arm up. Inhale, get taller. And exhale, take your left hand to the right, slide your right hand down your right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, go deeper. Inhale, back to center, switch your arms. Exhale, snuggle your left hand down your left leg, right arm reaches to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Back to center, lift your arms, reach up. Bend your knees, fold over your legs, let your head drop heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, step your left toes back. Lower your left knee down, maybe use a blanket under your knee. Keep your core strong, shift the hips slightly forward. You might lift your arms, come into your Anjaneyasana, deep breath in. Exhale, holding on to the opposite elbows above your head. Inhale, get taller, strong core. Exhale, both elbows to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, both elbows to your left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release your hands down. Shift the hips back so they come directly above your left knee. Plant your palms and extend your right leg back, right toes on the ground. So you're coming in to extend the tabletop. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slide your right foot as far to your left as you can. Keep the ball of your foot down. Bring your left ear towards the right foot for the side body stretch. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Coming back to neutral spine, slide your right toes back. And extend your left foot to your left. Plant your right foot down. Come into your side plank on your knee. Make sure your hips are directly above your left knee, shoulders above the left wrist, the left wrist slightly in front of them. Take your top arm forward by your ear. You might stay here with the left knee down or find a little more strength here. Press your right foot and your left hand down. Lift your left knee in front of your belly. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale, lower your left knee down. Lift your right arm, lift your right foot if you wish. Bend your right knee, catch your foot with your hand. Throw your foot back, hard forward, or you might hold on to your foot without catching it. Take one more breath. Exhale, release, tabletop. Hands on the knees. Beautiful. Make your tabletop a little longer. Curl your toes, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Land in your downward facing dog. Press your palms on the feet exactly where they are. Lower your knees down, find your cow tilt. It will be a bit longer than usual. Exhale, cat and round. Keep your toes curled under, shift the hips back. Child's pose, like pose, and stay here. Shift forward to your plank pose, finding your variation, knees down or knees lifted. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. So we'll take a few more rounds here, moving with the breath. Knees down, find your cow tilt, inhale. Exhale through cat to child's, with the feet curled under. Inhale, plank pose, shift forward, strong core. Exhale, hips high. One more round, knees to the mat, lift your heart, lift your tail. Exhale, cat and child's. Inhale, plank pose, shift forward. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Lift your heels and walk your feet to the front of your mat. Fold over your legs once you get there. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press your feet down, rise to stand. Take your arms over your head, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, lift your arms, reach up. Catch the left wrist with the right hand. Press your feet down and take both hands to the right, bend the elbows deeper. Inhale here. Exhale. Beautiful. Come back to center. Keep your left elbow lifted. Take your right arm down. Bend your right elbow. You might grab your shirt. Or you might let your fingers connect. Not everyone will be able to do it. No pressure. Don't force it. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, left elbow to your right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release your arms. Lift your arms, inhale. Exhale, catch your right wrist with the left hand, both hands to your left, bend the elbows deeper. Inhale, stay strong, right elbow reaches up, left elbow down. Exhale. Inhale, back to center, keep your right elbow bent. Take your left arm down, bend your left elbow, and holding onto your fingertips, maybe a strap or your shirt. Inhale here. Exhale, right elbow to your left. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release your arms. Lift your arms, reach up. Exhale, fold over your beautiful legs. Hi guys. Nice, and a forward fold, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, step your right foot back. Lower your right knee down to the floor, maybe on a blanket. Stay strong in your core. You might lift your arms. You can always keep your hands down for support if needed. Find a strong activation through your core by pulling your lower ribs in and back. So if you're arching through the back and letting your ribs split open, that might create a little discomfort in your lower back. So stay strong and with integrity here. Bend your elbows and hold on to the opposite elbows with your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, both elbows to your left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, both elbows to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release your hands down. Shift the hips back over your right knee. Plant your palms under your shoulders and extend your left leg straight back, left toes down. Inhale here. Exhale, slide your left foot to your right. Bring your right ear to your left foot to find a C curve in your spine and your neck. Keep your gaze down. Inhale, actively press back through your left heel. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Slide your left foot straight back. Kickstand your right foot to your right. Plant your left foot down. I like taking my wrist slightly in front of the shoulders. That creates a little more space. You're welcome to bring it directly onto your shoulders. Take your left arm up and then bring your left arm by your ear. This is a great place to stay, or if you want a little more core activation, press into your right hand and your left foot. Lift your right knee in front of your belly. Keep your knee bent. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale, lower your right knee down. Left arm up, maybe left foot up. Bend your left knee. You might catch or just reach towards your foot. Inhale, lift your heart again. You open it through the front of your pelvis. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Exhale. Take one more. Exhale, release. Come into your hands and the knees. Tabletop. Make your tabletop a little longer. And we'll find a modified, gentle vinyasa. Not a full vinyasa, but taking the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. From here, keep your hands and your feet where they are. Lower your knees down. Lift your heart. Lift your tail. Exhale, cat round. Shift back to your child. Inhale, back to plank pose. Chest forward. Lift through the knees or keep them down. Exhale, hips high. Few more rounds just like that. Knees down. Lift your heart. Lift your tail. Exhale through cat to child's. Inhale, plank pose. Shift forward. Exhale, hips high. Downward facing dog. Inhale, knees down, cat tilt. Exhale, cow tilt rather. Exhale, cat. Shift the hips back towards the heels, child's. Exhale, stay. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, hips high. Beautiful. Last round, knees to the mat. Lift your heart, lift your tail, cow. Exhale through cat to child's. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, shift forward to plank pose. You can lower your knees to the mat and lower all the way down onto your belly. All the way down. Any way you want. Once you're on the belly, lift the chest and bring your forearms down, elbows slightly in front of your shoulders. Point your toes and press the tops of your feet down, come into your Sphinx pose. Keep your legs, your pelvis heavy, so you feel a little more sensation in your lower back. Try not to shy away from that sensation. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift your right foot up, pointing your right toes. Inhale, extend your right leg back. Exhale, bend your left knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend your right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend your left knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend your right knee. One more, inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Extend both legs. Exhale, stay or bend both knees. Pause. If it feels okay, stay here. Maybe even slide your hands a little wider. If you want a little more, lift your elbows, draw your head back. Maybe walk your hands back. If it feels tense, come back to a Sphinx. Listen to your body. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale, slowly release onto your back. Extend your leg on your belly. Extend your legs. Stretch your arms forward. Let your palms connect and rest your forehead down. Find stillness here first. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Pressing your belly heavy onto the mat. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Release your hands under your forehead, bending your elbows to the sides. And then bend your knees and take your feet side to side. Coming back to center, extend your legs back. Take your hands by your lower ribs, hug your elbows towards each other. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's. Bring your knees a little closer towards each other and maybe slide your arms behind you by your sides. If you want to keep your knees wide, you can bring your arms inside of your legs. So either here or here. Forehead down. You might stay still or kind of rock side to side on your forehead. Take one more breath. Exhale. Stretch arms forward. Curl your toes. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, walk your feet to the front of your mat. Fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, open your toes to the sides in a gentle V. Bend your knees and come to your squat, Malasana. If you need to modify, you can land on a block. You can stay with the hips high. So on a block, it will look like this. If your hips need to be high, you can stay like that. That's great too. Lift the chest, collarbones broad. Nice. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. You can stay here a little longer. Take twist, right arm in front of your right leg, left arm to your left. You can play with your bind here, wrapping your arms around your right leg. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale. Coming back to center, hands to the heart. Switch. Left arm in front of your left leg, right arm to your right. Stay or take your bind. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Take one more breath. Exhale. Coming back to center, hands to the heart. And exhale, release your hands behind you. If you're on a block or the prop, move it to the side first and land your feet all the way down. Bring the soles of your feet together, but slide your feet as far away from you as you can, creating a diamond shape with your legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Let your back round naturally. Keep the length in your lower back though. Let your head drop heavy. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take a few more breaths here. Beautiful. Lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Draw your knees towards each other. Snuggle to the front of your mat. Make sure you have space behind you and come onto your back any way you want. You can take your time and slowly land down onto your back, or you can use support of your arms. Bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug. Press your sacrum heavy onto the mat and rock side to side. Coming back to center, finding your happy baby pose, catching the soles of your feet, opening your knees wide. Beautiful. Hold on to your feet, your ankles, or even the space behind your thighs. Just try to make sure your sacrum stays heavy on the floor. Beautiful. Release your left foot down. You can keep your left knee bent, or you can extend your left leg, your choice. If you're extending your left leg, you find an additional activation through the area where the left leg and the left side of your pelvis meet. Inhale with very much care. Lengthen through the right leg. Your knee might be bent tons. And exhale, bend your knee deeper, come into a half happy baby. Inhale, stretch your foot to the side. Maybe your leg extends, maybe not. Exhale, bend your right knee deeper. Last one. Inhale, stretch your leg to the side. Exhale, bend your right knee. Beautiful. Come back to your full happy baby. Rock side to side to find a symmetrical, even posture. Come back to center. Release your right foot down. Maybe your right foot stays down for a little more support. You might extend your right leg forward. Lengthen through your left leg to your left. Inhale. Exhale, bend your left knee deeper. Inhale, lengthen your left leg a little more. Exhale, bend your left knee. One more, lengthen through the left leg. Exhale, bend your left knee. Find full happy baby. And rock side to side. Maybe stretch both legs to the sides. Maybe one at a time. Lay here. And when you're ready, bring the soles of your feet touch. Open your knees to the side. Let your knees drop heavy. Take a deep breath in, Supta Baddha Konasana. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale. Beautiful. Draw your knees towards each other. Plant your feet down. We'll find a last stretch before our final rest, and it's going to be a crescent moon shape or banana asana. We won't hold it for as long as we usually do it in yin practices. We'll just tag through the side of the body and breathe for a couple of breaths there. Take your hands behind the head, interlace your fingers, lift your head in the back of your heart, and snuggle them as far to your left as you can. Drop your elbows down. You might stay here with the knees bent if your lower back feels tender or compromised today. Or you might extend your legs and take your feet to your left as well. Maybe moving your hips a little more to the right. So you creating that crescent moon shape. You might also keep your legs straight, crossing your right ankle over your left. Notice if your right side of your body wants to lift. You want to press it down. And breathe here, or extend your arms and take your right wrist with the left hand to your left. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take 2 more breaths. Exhale. Take 1 more breath. Exhale. Beautiful. Slowly release. Come back to neutral position. Pause here first. So it's always a good idea to find a neutral position and pause there for a couple of breaths before building the same asymmetrical posture on the other side. When you're ready, hands behind the back of your head, bend your knees first. Lift your head and back of your heart and slide your head to your right. Keep your knees bent or extend your legs. You might walk your feet to your right, shifting your hips to your left. You can stay here across your left ankle over your right, rolling your left hip down. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. You might extend your arms, catching your left wrist with the right hand, and pull it gently to the right. Don't let your left shoulder or your left hip lift. Roll them down. Open. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take 1 more breath. Exhale. Take your time. If you want to stay longer here, do so. But when you're ready, unwind and find your neutral position. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, find your final rest. You might lay on your back with the feet slightly wider than your hips. Open your toes to the sides. You can take your legs up the wall. Or if you have a couch close to you or a bed, you might slide your hips as close to the bed as you can and rest your ankles and your shins on that bed. And that will create a nice support for your lower back. It's called an easy constructive rest. Just take your time, find your final posture of rest, relaxation, surrender. Play with any props that you might need. And I invite you to stay here as long as you wish, giving yourself a gift of Shavasana, the permission to stay here for as long as you need. Maybe take a minute, 5 or 10. And whenever you're finished on your own, slowly come out of your final rest and go on with your day. Happy Thursday.